Hey, Stephanie Hartman here of Catalyst Consulting. In my 20-plus years supporting leaders of organizations big and small, some recurring challenges seem to span regions and industries, from doctors to dog care, loggers to lawyers, and farmers to pharmacists. It turns out people stuff is people stuff. To celebrate 10 years since founding Catalyst, I'm releasing 10 videos this year to share concepts my clients have found especially helpful. Today's video is called, "That's Not Fair." I'll cover a few theories in psychology about employee perceptions of fairness that impact motivation. According to Adams' equity theory, when we go around comparing our situations to others, we need to feel like the input to outcome ratio is equal. Inputs might be the energy, effort, love, creativity that we put into something. Outcomes might be the money, love, recognition, camaraderie, or feeling of accomplishment. These are just examples. The inputs and outcomes are in the eye of the beholder, and that beholder probably has an incomplete picture of the comparison others' real input-outcome situation. But their perception of the ratio affects their feeling of fairness on the job. When people feel like their work situation is unfair, they're less motivated to do a good job, and it's easier for them to justify bad behavior towards the company. We are obviously not privy to the mental calculation going on in a team member's head. They could be comparing themselves to others within the company, or someone outside the company, or even themselves in a previous situation. Okay, all that is equity theory. Huesman, Hatfield, and Miles gave us an update to that called equity sensitivity, explaining that not everybody is the same and their tolerance for inequity. It's a continuum. On one extreme, we have benevolence, or as Adam Grant calls these folks in his book, Give and Take, givers. On the other end of the continuum, we have entitled's. Grant calls these people takers. The people in the middle are equity sensitive. Grant calls them matchers. The givers will tolerate life being unfair for a long while before complaining or quitting. Takers are quick to throw a tantrum the minute something smells like it might almost be unfair. In a 2015 study published in Frontiers in Psychology, personality variables of conscientiousness and honesty-humility were predictors of equity sensitivity, with folks higher on these traits more likely to be benevolent, and folks lower on these traits more likely to be entitled. But you know what? I did not need that study to know that. Anyone who's managed or maybe even been married to a taker knows they are freaking exhausting. Takers manipulate appearances so they get more and do less. This makes the givers have to pick up the slack. And if that wasn't bad enough, the matchers see what works around there and start modeling the takers, leaving the givers to take up even more of the load. So my advice to keep your culture healthy is to monitor your givers and make sure they're okay and not getting dumped on and burning out. Also, since the self-promoting takers play fast and loose with the truth, make sure to check their metrics, and for heaven's sake, don't promote them. That's the Catalyst tip for today. Since I'm aiming to build capacity in leaders and teams through and for business success, I'd love your help. Please share this video with another leader who likes to grow.